Tyranitar just got a brand new move in Pokemon Go, so let's check out where does this Pokemon sit and is it going to take over the top Dark Attacker in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trainer Club, here we go! Tyranitar has notoriously been one of the coolest looking Pokemon. At one point in Pokemon Go, it was one of the best, if not the best, Dark Attacker in the game before it got taken over by multiple Pokemon, including Darkrai, the Brutal Swing on the Hydreigon, and a couple of others. But we now have Tyranitar that just got added the brand new moveset of Brutal Swing. So obviously this isn't a brand new moveset in general, but for Tyranitar's move pool, it is. But we do know that Brutal Swing, if you guys didn't check out the best of the best video with Hydreigon, you can see it up here, where this move literally took this Pokemon from a pretty decent dark type attacker all the way until spot number 1. So what will it do to Tyranitar in Pokemon Go? Not only that, we're going to check out the Mega, we're going to see where it does sit in PvP as well. So let's start off with Tyranitar because this Pokemon is going to be a dark and a rock type Pokemon. With that said, this Pokemon does have one thing that is going downwards for it, and that is going to be a double weakness to fighting. So this Pokemon does have a little bit of trouble with that. But Tyranitar will max out at 4,335. It has an attack of 251, a defense of 207, and a stamina of 255. So this Pokemon is a very good looking Pokemon. Pretty evenly balanced for the defense and stamina and a pretty relatively high attack value. So man, oh man, I can't wait to see what this Pokemon does look like with Brutal Swing. And let's just check out the Mega as well, because as of right now, the Mega stats in the game, which I do believe are probably going to change up a little bit, but 6,045 maxed out. Holy smokes, that is very high. I am impressed with that stat right there. With an attack value of 327, a defense of 276, and a stamina of 225. So now let's change over into the weaknesses and the strengths of this Pokemon. So the weaknesses are another problem with this Pokemon. It has a pretty decent list of weaknesses, which do include, besides the double weakness that we already talked about, water, ground, steel, fairy, grass, and bug. And then it's going to double resist psychic and single resist dark, flying, fire, ghost, normal, as well as poison. So literally almost is either weak or resistant to almost every moveset in the game. Okay, so now let's change over because we want to see what Tyranitar does do with the Mega, the Shadow, and as well the normal Pokemon with the brand new moveset of Brutal Swing. So let's check it out. DPS times TDO, which is going to be averaged into what we call ER value. Let's check it out. The Mega Tyranitar with Bite and Brutal Swing is now at 53.55. Holy smokes, 53.55. Oh my goodness, put a halt right there, because if you guys have watched any of my videos, which I sure hope that you have, and we do analyze these Pokemon to see if they're worth your time, energy, and resources to max them out, that is definitely a game-breaking number right there, because typically speaking, if it's above 40, it's pretty effective. If it's above 45, we're really starting to make some headway, and it could be one of the top attackers depending on the category. But if we are above 50, we're almost for surely the top attacker in the respective category. But now let's continue on to the Shadow. And let's not forget about Mega Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge at 45.73. And then we're going to see Shadow Tyranitar with Bite and Brutal Swing at 48.83, which is still very impressive. And the regular Tyranitar at 42.2. Okay, so this is already very impressive here, because we did go from something that was in the 30s all the way up until this new value. So let's check out where we did have the Bite Crunch Tyranitar, and then we're going to plug in where now the Brutal Swing Tyranitar is. So previously, Bite Crunch Tyranitar was at 44.96. Pretty crazy right there, 8-point differential there. Then if we did want to see the Shadow Tyranitar Bite Crunch at 40.56, and then if we wanted to go to the second page to see in the 15th spot overall, the Bite Crunch on the regular Tyranitar at 35.2. So we had spot number 1 for the Mega, spot number 5 for the Shadow, and spot number 15 for the non-Shadow. Now let's change over into this brand new Pokemon. And look at that, on page number 1, we have all of these Pokemon. Mega Tyranitar at the top, Shadow Tyranitar in spot number 2 above the Mega Houndoom, and then right behind the Mega Houndoom, we do have the regular Tyranitar, followed by the Hydreigon, which Tyranitar is now above. And these Pokemon are above Mega Gyarados, Shadow Weavile, Ash Greninja, and Darkrai, and Mega Absol, which is quite crazy. Okay guys, so if we're looking at this, this is insane. We have a budget counter that is far above a mythical Pokemon, which is going to be Darkrai, and other things like that. This is absolutely mind-blowing. So putting this into perspective, we have a home run. We don't even need the Shadow to have a home run. We have the regular that is a home run. And so if a lot of you guys from the previous Pokemon Go, if you guys are old players, have a lot of Tyranitars that are maxed out from when we used to battle Mewtwo, we already have a really good contender here, guys. So Tyranitar is an A+ power up for me. Not only that, we just had Calm Day Classic of Larvitar, so hopefully you stacked up on a ton of candy and a ton of XL candy too. So you guys are fully ready to go with this Pokemon, because I sure am. I'm excited, and I will continue to save these Pokemon and trade them for XL candy over 100 kilometers to make sure I have more than enough for this Pokemon. But not only that, this Pokemon is a rock type, so let's check that out too. As a rock type attacker, we have the number 2 spot overall, which is going to be the Tyranitar in the Mega form, 45.73. Really impressive. The Mega Diancie is going to be above it. Mega Aerodactyl is definitely behind it. And if we do want to see the Shadow Tyranitar, it's pretty high up there as well. It's the second non-Mega behind Shadow Gigalith, which is going to be 40.79. Then we have Rampardos, Rhyperior, Tyrantrum, a bunch of Pokemon above it, and then Tyranitar in the 13th spot overall at 35.52, which is definitely beat out by that Rampardos and the Rhyperior. So in the rock category, if we're thinking about this overall, number 1, I wanted to mention that the Smackdown move is going to be a Calm Day move, so that moveset will be something you're going to have to Elite TM. But since the Dark type move is not an Elite TMable move and it is available in the pool, and that is the premier where it's at, I would highly suggest that you guys, if you want to not waste a bunch of Stardust and everything and power up multiple of these Pokemon, you can just throw on the Stone Edge as a second charge move for this Pokemon and then multi-purpose it here when the Mega does come out and other things. So guys, this is very exciting, but we are not done yet. Let's check it out in PvP. For the Great League, we're ranked at 473 for the best one. For the Ultra League, we're at 324, but for the Master League, we're at 75 for the Shadow and 80 for the non-Shadow. And with the moveset of Smackdown, we are going to have Stone Edge and Brutal Swing. So with that said, guys, we have everything we need to know about the brand new placement of Brutal Swing in Pokemon Go. It is an absolute home run. I'm so stoked for Tyranitar because it's a great looking Pokemon, and that Bite Crunch combination was not cutting it. And hopefully we have that Mega coming soon. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, participation to the next level. I'll miss you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.